It is December 26th, precisely 1:13 p.m. And if you're watching this video, it's because you probably either spent Christmas alone, maybe this year, or somewhere in the past you felt really lonely for Christmas. And I can relate to this feeling so much, because as an immigrant who immigrated by myself, like without my family, at an early age, there were numerous Christmas where I was by myself. And the thing is, if I really think about it, I was completely okay with being alone. Like, I didn't feel really any type of way about it. It was just cool to have a day off and be like, oh my god, I'm not doing anything on that random Tuesday. I can just stay home and chill, and I don't need to see anybody, and it's winter, it's cold, so I'm just all cozy home. And I am completely fine with it. What's wrong with spending one day on yourself? I've done it numerous times, just another day on top. But people make it sound so bad. And first of all, why would you do that? If you already know that somebody's spending Christmas on their own, why do you need to add like some pressure on top of that? I remember I had a friend who told me, oh my god, like, it makes me so really sad, and like so sad that you're spending Christmas alone. I hope you're fine. Don't point out the fact that people are on their own on Christmas. That is, like, if you're not actively inviting me to spend Christmas with you or your family, don't even mention that, because I don't think it just makes any sense. Oh my god, never mind. I took myself on a walk yesterday. It was such a beautiful and eerie walk. You know, as I said, there's like some magic in the air where when you live in a big city, and I live in Paris, and everybody's kind of gone, and you only see some lost souls here and there. So I took myself on a walk to a beautiful park. I think it might be my favorite place in Paris, Butte-Chaumont. I just, maybe it's just because it's a park and like there's a lot of trees, and it's just so beautiful and peaceful to be there every time, or because there's not enough greenery in Paris overall, so every time I see a tree I'm like, oh my god, I'm just gonna spend the rest of my days there. And I went there quite late, like 5 p.m. maybe 5:30, but the problem is the sun goes down so early in winter. I really hate it. I really hate winter. I really hate cold. I don't understand why I do that to myself, why I just can't move to, I don't know, Costa Rica somewhere. Probably should be on my list for 2025. But it was getting properly dark at this point of the day, and I was just listening to some like dark wave music and looking up the trees that looked very eerie, like trees where they looked like I don't know, like forest creatures. And there were not enough people, but like here and there would still stumble upon groups of people talking, and everybody's obviously chilled and relaxed because it's Christmas, so I suppose they all had a good meal and spent some time with their family. So everybody's kind of like, you know, it feels like you're after a spa, like you spend a day at a spa, so you're just so relaxed. There's like not one negative vibration in your whole body. And I had such a good time just with myself. And to be entirely honest, I also come from a country where people don't really celebrate Christmas the same way as French people do. So both like 24th of December and like 25th or the days after mean absolutely nothing to me. And every time people once again would remind, like, oh my god, like, this is Christmas. Did you buy gifts? Did you do that? Guys, it means nothing to me. Not everybody comes from the same part of the world where Christmas or like other celebrations, especially religious celebrations, are being celebrated in the same way. So who the fuck cares? And like, I don't know, I'm just at this point in my life, I kind of see holidays like Christmas as byproducts of capitalism, and I cannot unsee it. Like, I cannot unsee the amount of goods and items that people buy for Christmas and the amount of money that they waste a lot of time on the things that people don't really need. And like, when I'm making my like wish list or like gift lists, when I like make things for myself, I always put things that I really want, that I really like, or that I would really use. So I don't like much when people just offer me random stuff, unless we're talking about people who really know me and understand what I like. But I don't like getting too many material stuff, like material things, because first of all, I moved so many times. Like since I'm in Paris and it's 2015, I moved 10 times. Like imagine guys, and every single time I had to take everything with me and not just toss it and get rid of it. I will go crazy. I already destroyed my back and it's hurting all the time just because I had to move on my own. I was like young and I didn't have too many people around me, and I was poor. Am I not poor no more? I'm not sure about that. So I don't like having too much stuff around me. I like to, like twice a year, I always go through my wardrobe, always go through my stuff. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna get rid of that, I'm gonna get rid of that, I don't need that no more. Because it's just, I feel like, you know, getting rid of things open doors to new things in your life, not necessarily material, but just like maybe new opportunities or something. So I don't know, do we need that much stuff? Do we really need that much stuff? Can we not, like, I don't know, can we not offer experiences instead of clothes all the time? Can we not offer like, oh, cute holiday trip or like a weekend trip or something that would be more convenient? But yeah, back to spending Christmas alone, because that's what I'm talking about initially. A lot of minorities are also spending Christmas alone, so I said like immigrants as myself, or LGBTQ people who were not accepted by their families and were probably thrown on the streets at one point in their life, and they just kind of have to accept the fact that everybody around them is still in this very festive mood, and it kind of very actively pushing this narrative onto them, but they might not even have nobody to celebrate with. I'm not even mentioning like homeless people who are obviously by themselves. I think it's just so unhealthy to keep repeating that stuff. I'm like, Christmas, 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 and then obviously if it's with your friends, if they're really good friends, you're gonna be spending Christmas with them, or at least they would ask you what are you doing on Christmas, and if you want to have some company. But I started lying to people who are like not important to me. If I go to work and I just recently found a job, the job kind of found me. It's a temporary position, so I'm not like, overall when I work corporate, I only work for my paychecks. I'm not interested in anything else. If like somehow naturally it happens that we become friends, I would love that, but I'm not gonna force myself to like you or to become something with you, because I'm sorry, I simply don't care. This is not what I want in life, so I'm still gonna be actively pursuing the things that I really like, and this is once again just paying my bills. So I got this job for like 3 months, maybe even less, I don't know yet. I'm not gonna be my 100% authentic self there, because they would fire me after 2 minutes. Because I'm a big mouth and big brain, and that's exactly what corporate world hates. It loves people who can conform to the societal norms, to the corporate norms. I don't want to let them know who I'm spending my Christmas with, what I'm doing exactly. Why would I do that? Because imagine you just got hired at this new company, and like you kind of friendly with them, but obviously not like friends, and then they ask you, oh, what are you doing on Christmas? I swear to God, if you tell them that you're not celebrating it, because I made this mistake in the past a couple of times, oh my god, they're gonna be talking about it for a week, and everybody in the office gonna know that, oh my goodness, are you okay, how are you feeling, oh my god, your family is so far, what was the last time that you saw them? Leave me the heck alone. We are not close enough to even be discussing that. Like, don't even make comments about my life. You can just say like, oh, like, I'm really sorry, like, I hope you're okay. That's it. That should be the end of that conversation. Or don't even be sorry. Just say like, oh, well, have a good time, try to get some rest. No. They're gonna make so much fuss out of it. I don't know if that's a French thing or like that's a universal thing, but I love to talk about it. So I started lying, and this time I told them like, oh my god, I'm celebrating with friends, like it's gonna be so much fun. And then we had this discussion for like 2 hours straight, because French people at work, love to talk about your personal life more than they like to work, actually. And I did not celebrate with friends this time. I was by myself, and I could have actually celebrated with friends. Honestly, I didn't want to. Once again, I don't want to waste my money on gifts, even for my friends, because this year was hard on me, also hard financially, so I didn't accumulate enough wealth to be just given it. The day that it happens, I'd love to, but in the meantime, it's just, you know, let's just go for a coffee. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to eat too much because this year I got really healthier because I actually have like a lot of have a lot of health related issues, so I cannot eat certain things past certain time because I just know it's gonna make me feel really bad, or I'm gonna end up with the emergency. So I don't want to be pushing myself to eat all those things because just because it's a celebration. I want it to happen naturally. If one day I wake up and I'm like, today I want to go to a restaurant and like eat all of this freaking greasy Christmas food, I'm choosing it today, but I didn't feel like it. And actually, and as I was celebrating yesterday, I did have like some excessive amount of chocolate, and then I was looking at it, it's like, girl, did you even need that? Because on certain days you do want this amount, and then but not yesterday. So I kind of felt, I don't want to say I felt bad. I didn't feel bad about this decision. Physically, I wasn't feeling that great. So I don't want to be doing it to myself, particularly on December 25th, because most of the world, or maybe not most of the world, but like Western countries decided that that's the day where we're overeating and over drinking. Like, no, who said that? Jesus? Jesus doesn't freaking care. We don't even know if the poor man existed, so leave him alone. Leave him out of that. I don't want to do that, and I don't want to feel bad about that. And you know what? I don't feel bad about that. I had a freaking amazing day. I watched movies. I went for this beautiful walk, as I told you. I read my book. I tidied up a little bit. I even cooked. I feel rested. I feel good. I went to bed at a early-ish time, early enough so I'm not tired anyhow this morning. And then I already like anticipate going back to the office and be like, oh my god, what did you do for Christmas? Like, what did you eat? Who did you talk to? Inappropriate. We are not friendly enough to be close to each other. So yeah, if you happen to celebrate this Christmas alone, or if it happened in the past, or you know that next year might be the same, girl, get yourself busy. Do the things that you like to do. The pressure that you feel in comes from the outside. This might not even be on the inside. See it as a day off. See it as a moment to, you know, take care of yourself, rest, probably eat something nice if you feel like it. If you don't, that's also okay. If you feel like cooking, great. If you don't feel like cooking, you can order something. If you feel like going for a walk, amazing. If you not, you can just take a nap. This is just a regular day. Nobody like came on earth and said today is, wait, I'm sorry, I'm pretending that I'm working. Oh my god, how does it work? Nobody came on earth and said like today, December 25th, 24th is a special day. Humans decided so. Honestly, take it as you want, but I do not have enough respect for humans to even be like considering things that humanity came up with, especially not things like that. Woo! Christmas, nothing special, nothing amazing. Do your own thing. I know that if you are alone because you don't have family, whether because you live far from them or you lost them, two different reasons, I know that it's heavy, and I know that you're probably feeling a lot of grief today. The only advice that I could give you is, if family is important to you, to take good care of your chosen family, or to actively seek this chosen family, because I know that it helped me a lot. Having good friends, having friends who support me, who are there for me, not just December 25th, like all year long, is a life-changing experience. It just makes you realize that you have this sense of belonging, and then you are not alone. And everybody needs community, everybody needs support. So yes, today you might be alone, but it doesn't mean that tomorrow or in a week or for the whole upcoming year it's going to be the same experience. So it's one day of probably feeling bad because people around you are doing something, against so many more years and Christmases where potentially you could be with your loved ones, with your friends, with your special one or special ones if you have several partners. I say do not focus too much on the fact that you are alone. People only feel bad alone when they are in an unhealthy mindset. I am a very self-sufficient person. Is it how you say it? Self-sufficient? Yeah. I've been through a lot. I'm very comfortable with myself. I'd say I'm sometimes overly comfortable with myself because I swear I can spend like a month alone and I think I'm fine. But when I'm alone, I don't really feel the need to like constantly be on the phone with somebody or be messaging. Very often I even actually enjoy silence to a point where I don't need any music on. I don't even need to be physically talking. I'm just okay with being this like little bubble of calmness and like relaxation, because I'm just alone with my thoughts. And that's why I'm saying like you can only fully understand and enjoy that when you're in a healthier mindset. Because if that's not the case, and if you're alone with your thoughts, obviously a lot of negative talk is gonna come up, and it might feel very, very uncomfortable. So I don't have one advice for that. It's years and years of work on yourself. It's also getting yourself used to being alone. You cannot just one day magically realize that you are okay spending a couple of days by yourself. You have to force yourself. It could be, okay, I'm gonna be alone for the next 2 hours. I'll see how I feel. Maybe a day, maybe go by yourself on holidays, but not being appreciative of your alone time is not trusting yourself enough. And that happened to me too, so I can completely understand. Today I'm in a different mindset, kind of. I know that I trust myself to a point where I know that I can take care of myself. And some days, yeah, it's gonna be hard, and I'm not saying that you should isolate yourself. That's completely isolating yourself, maybe never a good idea. But I just know that I'm fine, and I was fine yesterday. I'm completely fine today. I will be fine tomorrow. So do not let the societal norms and expectations of Merry Christmas, like everybody posting about it, define who you are. You are not just this lonely person who is probably grieving loss of somebody, or who doesn't have a family, or maybe as me, you live far from your family and you might not have the means to go see them because your flight is overly expensive, especially flights on Christmas. Oh my god, that's just over the top. Don't let this one day out of the whole year define who you are. Do things that make you feel good about yourself and your life, and it's just one day. Honestly, that's all I gotta say. I had a good day. I hope you had a good day. I hope you're gonna have a good Christmas next year and the upcoming years. And as I said, focus on the people who are really there for you. Sometimes it's not your family. For other people, it might not be your friends. Some people have fallen out of like their friend groups. Happened to me many times. It doesn't mean that you cannot create a new community for yourself, that you cannot find people who will be there for you and who would spend the most magical Christmases with you. Just give it time. Take it one day at a time. That's okay. That's all I gotta say today.